Hey, what's up guys and gals? Doing a video on the seat restoration on my 1970 CB450 project. Uh, this was actually not the original seat that came with the bike when I purchased it. I assume the gentleman that I bought the bike from bought that seat as part of his restoration plans. Obviously, it didn't end up being an exact match. After doing some research, it appears that the 1970 model, and I believe it was up to 71, had a different seat than the 72 onward models. The seat that came with the bike when I purchased it, I believe, was in one of the later model seat pans. So ended up sourcing this one. And lucked out. It was in actually really good shape. It's not great timing as you look at that pan, but it was all surface rust. So going to knock off some of this rust and hit it with Rust Restore. It was solid all the way through, thankfully, and really lucked out on the foam itself. My initial plan, I actually bought an aftermarket seat foam, but it didn't fit. I wasn't initially planning to use the original foam that came with the seat that I ordered online, the one you're looking at here. But after the fact, I ended up using it, and it was in great shape, thankfully. As you can see here, just knocking off some surface rust. Pretty dusty. I wore a ventilator during this process. Definitely a good thing to wear. See here. Also, the bottom of the pan, there wasn't a ton of rust. For the year, I did a lot of research and looking for seat pans, and this one was both affordable. The prices are pretty outrageous on some of them, and this one also wasn't terribly corroded. So patience prevailed. It took about a month to come in, but really happy with it. Here, just cleaning up some of the rust spots. Nothing crazy on the bottom of the pan, thankfully, but just generally prepping for paint here. And yeah, you'll see here shortly. Look at all that mess. That's mostly from the top, thankfully. But what I'm going to do here is just some general degreaser. Very diluted. Obviously don't want to leave a film as I'm going to paint it, but want to get all that dust off and get it ready for paint. On the top of the pan, I did Rust Restore only. It's a product that converts the rust to a primeable surface and also protects it. You don't necessarily have to paint it, but it does ultimately convert that rust and stop the rust, essentially, which is the goal. Since the foam's going on top, I didn't go through the process of painting it as well, but hopefully this pan will last many years to come, another 50 years. Here I'm using automotive primer. Did hit it with a little Rust Restore on some spots I couldn't hit with the wire wheel, but yeah, priming her up. This one's not going to win any beauty contests, but it's going to look a lot better than it did. And aftermarket, there is a market for aftermarket seats, but the whole vibe of this build is to keep everything OEM as possible and original, or at least original to the year. So I wanted to get an original pan from the year, and that's what I did. So I'm cleaning it up as best I could. It really turned out pretty solid. Obviously not showroom quality, but happy with it overall. Here, just finishing up. So I hit it with primer and 2 coats of that black paint I've used on the other frame projects, and just taking the paint off while it's still a little tacky, so we get nice clean lines. Now to the foam process. As I mentioned, I bought a aftermarket foam, but it didn't fit. So yeah, $100 out the door on that one. I'm gonna probably sell it on eBay, get a little bit of my money back, but adding the cover here. My phone actually died during this process, but you're not missing much. Newfound respect for upholsters here. They say don't fight a baker because they got strong hands. I think upholsters go into that category as well. My goodness, I spent about an hour on this and yanking and stretching and doing all that stuff. So, yeah, and I poked myself about 100 times with those little prongs that they hook onto. But yeah, so here is the kind of before shot of the underside of the pan, and gonna see an after shot, just kind of see what the after results are. As you can tell, clean and protected, and then the before shot of the cover itself, ultimately in good shape, but wanted to find something a little more closer to what was original to the bike. Bought this off eBay. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching.